Oh, me?
Yeah. Put a little yellow.
Holy mackerel. Watch out, they'll have a boat for me.
You didn't say anything.
Now, I was down on the Josiah White too, you know, the canal boat here, and people were saying, there's a big buzz on the boat, they're saying, hey, what's going on in the big pavilion? And one guy in the back says, some clown's running for office.
And I got news for you. They vote for me to get a real one in.
All right, sit down, sit down. Actually, there was a candidate for the State House who was speaking to some school students recently, and he asked them, all right, students, what's the name of our state? Mary Catherine, she was so proud, she was up in the front. She said, Pennsylvania. And he said, right. And then he said, okay, now students, who named Pennsylvania? And Billy in the back shot his hand up and said, Mary Catherine.
Mary who?
It's a joke.
I know, so are you. No.
That check's not going to clear, by the way, on Monday.
That's all right. I work on blanks. But I'll tell you what, let's give him a big hand before he makes a speech. Come on, this guy.
Thank you. You're all right. I don't care what they say about you.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't have to come here and take this abuse. Where do you usually go?
I love him.
We honor our flag today, the symbol of our nation. What a great prayer by Father John. And this is from memory. The flag has our flag. There she's unfurled. She has 13 stripes, 7 red and 6 white. I believe the red ones stand for valor and courage. The white stand for purity. The blue field stands for loyalty, a star for each of our states. Pennsylvania is represented on the stars and stripes. And so you see our Pennsylvania flag, virtue, liberty, and independence. So our nation, courage, loyalty, purity, and then our state flag is honoring virtue. Since it is Flag Day, we have a wonderful compliments of high technology, and Jeff Davidson over there is BlackBerry. This is from, I think, Don Brewer from KYW, who had passed away a number of years ago. And this is read on KYW out of Philadelphia every year, and it's just a wonderful brief tribute to our flag called I Am Your Flag. I was born on June 14th, 1777. I am more than just cloth shaped into a design. I am the refuge of the world's oppressed people. I am the silent sentinel of freedom. I am the emblem of the greatest nation on earth. I am the inspiration for which American patriots gave their lives and fortunes. I have led your sons into battle, from Valley Forge to the bloody swamps of Vietnam. I walk in silence with each of your honored dead to their final resting place beneath the silent white crosses, the stars of David, row upon row. I have flown through peace and war, strife and prosperity, and amidst it all, I have been respected. My red stripes symbolize the blood spilled in defense of this glorious nation. My white stripes signify the burning tears shed by Americans who lost their sons and daughters. My blue field is indicative of God's heaven under which I fly. My stars clustered together unify 50 states as one for God and country. Old Glory is my nickname, and proudly I wave on high. Honor me, respect me, defend me with your lives and your fortunes. Never let my enemies tear me down from my lofty position, lest I never return. Keep alight the fires of patriotism. Strive earnestly for the spirit of democracy. Worship eternal God and keep his commandments, and I shall remain the bulwark of peace and freedom for all mankind. I am your flag. Here in Pennsylvania, the Keystone State, one of the 13 original states on that flag created by Betsy Ross in 1777, we're facing, in 2008, in these recent number of years, high taxes, excessive state spending, and unaffordable debt. My opponent in this race, who's been in office for 26 years, in Harrisburg for 26 years, who has no business experience, raised your taxes in 1991. I was just with Congressman Charlie Dent yesterday, who said he was newly in the State House at that point, and he voted against that tax increase. He said, "Ron, do you know that was the largest tax increase in the history of this state, $3 billion. And our opponent also raised your taxes again in 2003. He raised taxes on bingo winnings, cell phone calls, and waitress tips. He invested in cronyism or patronage when he took a cushy job from his Harrisburg buddies in 1994 at a higher taxpayer salary when he had lost a race for higher office for the state senate. And so here's someone who went for a second career back to his first career, raising our taxes. And our opponent in this race for the 136 was initially against legalized gambling until he was then for it, when he voted in the middle of the night on July 4th weekend, 2005. He caved in to pressure from the governor and revealed a total lack of leadership on principles that he brought across to the district. And forget the pay raise. Our opponent was a co-sponsor of the 2001 and 2002, the 2002 bill, which was companion with the 2001 bill, that gave himself the best pension plan in the land, better not only than any government, but any private company. The pay raise was nothing compared to the pension grab that had gone on in Harrisburg. Public service should not be a means for lining a public servant's pockets. We have to work on all these issues with honesty, integrity, and unity. When I take my oath of office, God willing, on January 6, 2009, I hope many of you will come, I will do so in the tradition of our founders who commissioned Betsy Ross's creation of our first flag. And they certainly gave the legacy of everybody taking their turn in public service, not turning it into a lifelong career without any special distinction or contribution. And our founders also showed that public service is a solemn responsibility of citizenship. Again, not intended for careerism or cronyism. I'd like to actually have a couple notes of support here from, let's see, this is from, well, here's from my good friend Tony Buca. Ron, you're a good man. God bless you and your victory. Well, thank you, Tony. And here's from Paul Clymer, Representative Paul Clymer, who's right next door, who's been working as a citizen legislator for many years. Dear Ron, thank you for the invitation to your Flag Day Family Fun Picnic. Unfortunately, due to prior commitments, I will not be able to attend. However, you have my best wishes for a very successful event. I know you will be, and he underlines, a great addition to our caucus. Keep plugging away. Sincerely, Paul I. Clymer, State Representative, 145th Legislative District. And as far as that plugging away, I appreciate all the encouragement I've been given from our campaign team, and working first with Mayor Ken Dunn, who, where'd he go? There he is over there. We are having a great time meeting people in Wilson. He was former two-term mayor of Wilson Borough. It's incredible. Everybody knows him when we go to the door, and we're just having a good time meeting people and gathering votes. I wanted to thank our host committee. Our event chair is here, the Honorable Peg Ferraro. Peg is county councilor, serving a multiple term. Great service, but for a little pay. So she's more a volunteer than a